Hey guys, I'm going to take you through and show you how I do my meal planning because I get a lot of questions when I post like pictures of my fridge and there are like black meal prep containers everywhere. So I do very simplified meal planning. And to some people, it does appear a little bit backwards, but I think that's because most of us, myself included, I used to do my meal planning kind of backwards. I would go through like the store sales first and then try to like make meals up with the ads. Instead, I found this process to be much easier. So I'm going to show you exactly what I do. I will tell you, my husband and I, we don't eat the same meals for the simple fact that I do not keto, but I do low carb. It's very easy for me to retain water. I get bloated very easily. I have PCOS, so I really have to watch what I eat. Just certain foods don't agree with me. I'm not allergic to them. I just feel crappy eating them. So, and then obviously my daughter is 5. So if you have a kid that you are feeding, drop me down to 1 because you know how picky they can be at certain times. And then my husband is more of like a hearty meal type guy, and he works right now in a plant, so I guess kind of a factory, I don't really know. Hey, Deborah. So he works really long hours in either really hot or really cold because his building's not, I don't know, it's hard to explain. But he's not going to live off salads, put it that way. He needs like hearty meals that actually keep him full. So I'm going to show you how I do this. I'm just going to flip my camera around. The very first thing that I do, and I just use a plain notebook, guys. Like this is a notebook I got from Claire's. The very first thing I do is I go through my cabinets and my fridge and my freezer, and I just write down the food that we already have. So we have ham chunks, bread, bacon, sliced ham and ham chunks, milk, 2 packages of sausage, rice cauliflower, green beans, pasta, cream corn, and potatoes. Now we obviously have like condiments and all that kind of stuff, but what I do is when I do my grocery shopping, if I see something that is on sale, like really on sale, like sausage was on sale for 99 cents a pack. I didn't need it for my meals that week, but I bought a couple packs because I knew I would end up using it. So does that make sense? And then so that's how I try to keep our grocery budget down, by buying stuff when it's on sale and then using it later weeks for meals. So then the very next thing that I do, I have my list of ingredients I already have. The next thing I do is I write down breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack 1, snack 2. Now I omitted snack 1. I'll tell you why in a minute. And then on the left-hand side, I write Brett, Glory, and Tanya. And then guys, the different colors don't mean anything. It's just to help keep me organized for this video so I can kind of walk you through the process because it is very unconventional, I guess, the way that I plan. I do use a lot of technology. I am not anti-technology whatsoever. So the very first thing I did is I just opened up one of my keto groups and I scrolled for a couple of seconds till I found a meal that looked like something I would actually eat. And it happened to be a snack. It happened to be a cream cheese ham wrapped pickle. That was like, they called it pickle sushi or something. So I was like, oh, I would actually eat that. Like that looks like a good snack. I don't like eating the same thing over and over. And we already have sliced ham. So I wrote this down. And then the very next thing I did, I said, okay, which of these ingredients can I use to make something for my family? Because we don't eat the same thing, but I try to make it as simple for myself as possible. So I was like, okay, ham. We have bread. We can do ham sandwiches. So my husband's snack for work is going to be sandwiches and chips. My daughter's snack is going to be half a sandwich, half an apple, and some peanut butter. And then because this is a half, I was like, well, that's easy. I can go ahead and make that up for her lunch for the week too. Half a sandwich, half an apple, peanut butter, and then also we do smoothies every day. Now, smoothie is a very loose term for this. We do a like probiotic chocolate drink. So it's a little bit of ice, a little bit of milk, and then like this chocolate powder, and it's blended up. My daughter thinks it's a smoothie. In reality, she's getting like a dozen vitamins. She's getting 8 servings of fruits and veggies. Like it literally is just a healthy drink, but we call it a smoothie, so that works. And then I always drink a Focus coffee in the afternoon as a snack, so I went ahead and wrote that down.
Get 2 different papers.
Yes, get 2 papers. My daughter just came out to do crafts. Shut the door though, please. So I wrote that down just to keep myself on track of like, what am I eating this week? So then what I did is I flipped over. On this side, I'm writing down, what do I need to buy that I don't have for the meals I just wrote down? Lemon pepper, I needed. It's not for those meals, but I need pickles, cream cheese, and chips for everything I just said. We have some apples already in the fridge. They're not written down on here, but I do have them. Peanut butter's always in the cupboard. So that was simple. Okay, so then I go back and I'm like, okay, so I've got our snacks. I've got my daughter's lunch. So then again, I opened up the keto app again, and I just scrolled and I saw a like sheet meal basically. So it was pork chops, mixed veggies, and then they had a salad on the side. That is something I would actually eat. And I try to keep my lightest meal at dinner, my heartier meal for lunch, just again, the way that my body works. So I wrote that down for dinner. And then I thought to myself, okay, my husband doesn't like pork chops. Him and my daughter, neither one will eat mixed vegetables. So this is not a meal I'm going to make for my family. But it reminded me, okay, I have sausage. I already wrote down sausage. So what I did is I just went to Google and I just typed in dinners made with sausage. Like, it's so simple, guys. I'm kidding. I'm not even kidding you. My meal planning is like, there's nothing fancy about this. So a couple meals popped up, but one that jumped out at me was a sausage pasta with Parmesan. And so I looked at the ingredients, and again, I was like, well, he'll eat it. My daughter will also eat that. So there's dinners for the week for them, because I just make it one time and then it goes in meal prep containers and we make enough for the whole 7 days. So now their dinner this week is going to be sausage pasta. What the heck did I write down here? Oh, and then broccoli. I was like, I can't read that. He'll have some buttered broccoli. She will have a small portion of the pasta, and if she's still hungry, she'll also eat the broccoli. Usually she just doesn't eat the broccoli, though. So that's all I'll say about that. So then, again, I went ahead and I flipped over and wrote down the ingredients that we needed that I don't have yet, although I did just realize I did not write down Parmesan, which I probably should, so I'm just going to write it up here, because I do not have any fresh Parmesan. So pork chops, mixed vegetables, lettuce, cheese, and the cheese is not for that. It's for a few other things, but I just added the ×3 afterwards. And then broccoli. So now I've got, again, I just flipped on back. I've got our dinners done. So at this point, I was like, well, I remember seeing a low carb green chili stew that I wanted to make. So I flipped on over, wrote that down for my lunches. And then I flipped over and wrote the ingredients. And then this is something that my husband will not eat. It's something my daughter will eat if I make her, but probably won't love it. So then what I did is like, well, I'm going to make this in my crock pot. So I want a hearty soup recipe for my husband that I can make in the Instapot. So I can do them both at the same time. Both just, set and leave and go do work or whatever I need to do. So I just went to Google, and all I did was literally Google hearty Instapot soup recipes. And then I remembered he's from Maine. He loves clam chowder. So I found a clam chowder recipe that I'm going to make with corn on the side and then either oyster crackers or like cheese-filled breadsticks. I honestly haven't figured out what I'm going to do for the side yet. And then I was like, well, if this is not enough for my daughter, sometimes it is because the smoothie is very filling. Sometimes she eats all of this and says that she's still hungry. She can have a half a cup of soup, either mine or his, doesn't matter. I'll just have a few packed in the fridge that she can eat with lunch if she wants soup with her sandwich. So it makes it perfect. Then again, I just flipped over here. I needed quite a bit of ingredients for that meal, so I wrote down all the ingredients I needed for that. Then I took one more inventory or one more look at my list, and I was like, okay, we don't have snacks yet, but I drink the coffee, and what I'm going to do for snacks this week, I have cheese sticks, nuts, and crackers already in the fridge, or not the fridge, but already in my pantry. So for my daughter's snack, my husband only eats one snack for work. My daughter usually will eat 2 throughout the day. She can have a mixture of, cheese, nuts, and crackers as her snack for that day, and I just didn't have room to write it, so I wrote it down here. That left me with breakfast. So again, I looked over here. As I'm using things, I mark them off. So I saw that I still had ham chunks left that I haven't marked off because I just did this. So I still had ham chunks. So I literally, again, went to Google and I just typed in breakfast casserole with ham. For me, I just like to do scrambled eggs, cheese, salsa, avocado, sour cream. Very straightforward. That's the flavor I like. I also have some black beans if I want to add black beans to it. Again, just realized I did not write down salsa. So now I did. So then I found a recipe that is just hash browns, ham chunks, egg, and cheese. Turns it into breakfast casserole. I'm making 2 batches because that'll be the extras in the fridge also for when my husband says, man, I've eaten all my meals today, but I'm still hungry. What can I eat? Because he'll ask me, like, what in the fridge am I allowed to eat? What's in there for certain days? So these will be extras, and I'll also have flour tortillas on hand, so he can make these into just snack burritos, breakfast burritos, whatever, if he wants an extra snack. Now, I will tell you, this is kind of ghetto, but we also keep ramen in the cupboard because that's something, for whatever reason, is like a go-to snack for him. So that's what I do. This is not like a super healthy meal plan, but it is something that keeps your budget down. And it's something that is not full of, well, I don't know what to eat, so go get the cereal out of the cupboard. Again, flipped over, wrote down what I needed, and also just remembered I also need toilet paper. It has nothing to do with our food, but I should write that down before I forget it. So the next thing that I do is I have all the ingredients down that I need. If I write something down and I'm not sure if I have it, like garlic. I think I have minced garlic in the fridge, but I'm not 100%. So I wrote a check mark or a question mark. What I'm going to do as soon as I get off this video, because I just wanted to show you guys kind of my process first, I'm going to go to my fridge, make sure I have this, and I'm going to cross it off so I'm not going to buy it again. Then I'm going to go to instacart.com. I'm going to drop my link down because if you guys want to try them out, you can get free shipping and $10 in free groceries by using my link. And then I am going to order all of this. They're going to deliver it in about 2 hours. I don't have to leave my house. I'm not buying stuff out of impulse because I see it. So it saves me a lot of money ordering my groceries like this. And that's it. It literally is that simple. The whole process, including ordering my groceries, takes me about 30 minutes each week. Not including making this video for you guys, but it's been a while since I've done a meal planning video. So I hope this helped, and yeah, have an awesome rest of the week.